What is up, fellow humans of the cardboard? Welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. Today, I'm doing test hands for Time Thief Raid Raptor PK, or TTRR PK. That's insanely explosive. Hopefully, we'll get to show you that here. Hopefully, we'll also see a brick hand or two, just to even show those off and at least talk to you about them, because it is a weakness you should know if you're going to play the deck. I definitely think there's some consistency issues there. I'd consider looking at something like Allure of Darkness potentially to try and dig to better starters and stuff, but that's all, it's all it's all like minimal really gain, so we'll see. But right now this is where I like the list, and we're gonna do a couple test hands. Don't know why that's there. But yeah, so we're gonna do probably 4 to 5 test hands depending on what we see and how long everything runs. But I like doing these videos raw, so you really get to see what I'm thinking about as I'm playing this deck, and just what's important and what you need to be thinking about just to even make this deck get to its desired end boards. So the deck's already pretty much shuffled, but we'll do one quick power shuffle just to get ourselves ready for, I don't know, anybody who might be calling me a cheat and stacking the deck or anything. So I'll throw these down real quick. Test hands have honestly been really good, and I'm surprised every once in a while, like probably once or twice out of like 10 hands, you might see a hand that just like can't even make a rank 4. But it means if you did that, it probably means you drew like Gamma or Ash or a combination of both, or like Fog Blade, and like you're still able to like hold your opponent off for a turn or two. So it's not the worst thing in the world. All right, so we're pretty well shuffled here. We're gonna cut the deck one time here in half, and we will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, this hand plays for sure. Okay, so you don't see that this doesn't happen all the time, but Adjuster is actually gonna be our normal summon, which is nice, so we actually get to activate its effects. We'll start off by normal summoning it. Double Ash, kind of lame. Strangulanius, great. Shade is really important here. So we'll use Adjuster, and we will just send our good boy here. Where is he at? Bezel Ship. This guy, I love this card actually. This card's amazing, like straight up. Okay, so from there we're gonna immediately set Shade, and we'll use Shade to summon itself there. Then we're gonna overlay here for our Raid Raptor 4 Strix. We will detach Adjuster. Doesn't really matter, but fine. We'll do that, and we will attempt to search our... Where's he at? Where's he at? Now, we're going to be doing these hands, like, assuming we're not playing against Ash or anything. We might get Ashed here, but we do have Strangulanius, so, like, we can play. We actually play through the Ash pretty well, if they're Ashing this. We're going to grab Singing Lanius, though. We're going to summon the Singing Lanius immediately. Then we need to fire the Bezel Ship off here because we might miss a chance somewhere else if we don't do it now. So we'll detach the Shade off of the Force, and then we'll use these two to make our Wise Strix. Wise Strix's effect is going to trigger to summon something from the deck. We're going to grab Raider's Wing so we can attempt to get that engrave. Then we're going to overlay these two again for the same thing, and this is why we play double Force Strix. Almost all your combos, your full combos, need double Force Strix because it's soft once per turn. So we'll detach. We actually want to detach the Raider's Wing here, and I'll show you that in a minute why that's important. We'll search another Strangulanius. It's really not that important, but it'll be follow-up for next turn, so fine. And that'll also trigger Wise Strix, which will give us the ability to set a rank up magic card. We're going to grab Magic Soulshave Force, and we're going to activate it immediately because this is the point of no return for your opponent. If they have Nib, they have to fire it at least in response to our Soulshave so that they can at least knock these two cards off the field, because either way we're automatically getting a CDI. So they can either Nibiru before or Nibiru after, or not Nibiru at all. So we will Soulshave Force, targeting the Force Strix Engrave, revive it, and put a CDI on top. One thing to keep in mind is sometimes you have to use Strangulanius just to even get to this point, just depending on the way the hand's made up. And so if you do that, just leave the Soulshave Force, and it's kind of just a card staring right down your opponent. They know for a fact that you have the Soulshave Force, so next turn you have an insanely powerful follow-up. Although it's not the craziest thing. And also this can set any rank up magic card, so you could also set the other rank up magic as well if you wanted to get something a little more immediate. Okay, but we summoned down the Affinity, which is really good. there. So from here, we can use our Strangleanius to summon itself, which is really good. Also, because we have multiple Exceed monsters with the Dark Material, Strangleanius can now just use its effect to reborn a Singing Lanius. And we can use Raider's Wing effects to detach the Bezel Ship from the Force Strix to summon itself back from grave as well. So this is pretty much where we head into like the final pieces here. We're going to take Force Strix and our Y Strix. Actually, that's not what I want to do. I actually want to leave the Force Strix on field. So this is something that's kind of particular. If you go through Shade Brigandine at the beginning of your play, then you probably want to leave the Force Strix here and take one of these, because otherwise you just end up with like only like 3 level 4s and you can't get to a 4th one, whereas like you could have used Rusty Bardiche to get this. But this is still fine, no complaints. We're just probably going to take the Singing Lanius with it. You want to save Raider's Wing because if it's material, it lets the monster not be targetable, which is actually pretty nice. We'll go into Rusty. We'll use Rusty's effect, and we will send, of course, our Silent Boots to then set a Fog Blade. Doesn't really matter, you can do this in any order, and then we'll banish the boots for our blah, 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 blah. Our Phantom Knights rank up Magic Force. And now we get to like the final piece of the board, I guess, where we will go these two overlay for probably, see, we don't have the Phantom Knight cards or anything like that. You probably just go for power and just go for Dark Requiem, right? So here's your ending board. If you do it this way, this is still really, really good. Of course, you've got the Omnia Gate off of Infinity. You've got the Fog Blade for 2 disruptions. We've got an Ash in hand. We'll double Ash for further turns, but at least 1 Ash, so that's 3 disruptions. You have the rank up Magic Force, so you can rank up either Force Strix or Rebellion. Depends on what you want, because you can. So even if you didn't want to do this, you could just not even make Rebellion and make Evilswarm Nightmare for double Book of Moon, and you can just use this to overlay this for your Arsenal Falcon, which can then trigger Rusty to pop Arsenal Falcon itself, and then it'll summon out the Ultimate Falcon. So you can either go for the Ultimate Falcon here, or leave Requiem here so that you can make the, or leave, Rebellion, so that you can make Requiem, and Requiem will be 3 monster negates, and you'll have the pop off of Rusty Bardiche. It's insane. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 disruptions off of that hand, and all you had was the ability to make a rank 4 plus any other level 4. Pretty good. Pretty damn good, if I say so myself. Alright, so first hand went pretty well into the combo. Hopefully I'll be able to show you some other versions of it. Like I said, I just gave you a quick little, well, like I showed you at the end there, I gave you a quick little example of how you can go into the Ultimate Falcon play instead, and that's really important. It's one of the best things about this deck is that after you've played game 1 and you know what your opponent's playing, this deck has the ability to build different boards depending on like what you're playing against, which is really nice because a lot of combo decks just kind of have their board, right? Like they don't have malleability of being able to like choose what kind of board. So this deck can be super resilient to back row decks, or it can be or it can just put up a ton of disruptions for like combo decks and just not let them play through it. All right, we'll look at our hand here. Wee boy, this hand is cracked as hell. The only way this hand would be any better is if you like swapped this for like what was like Gamma, pretty much. That way redo it. Regulator's even more likely to resolve. So we don't even need most of these cards, but I'll just essentially show you the Regulator combo, and then we might use some of the extenders at the end just to see how many disruptions we can put up, because this is going to be crazy. All right, so you're going to normal summon the Regulator. We'll Tribute Regulator. We'll summon 2 Time Thieves from deck, one of which will be Winder. The other one will be Adjuster. Summon, we'll go, Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2. He's going to search us the Counter Trap, because that's our first disruption, is just a spell and trap negation. We'll also use Adjuster, and dumping our favorite little man here, our Bezel Ship. There we go. Okay, from here, we're gonna go bloop for bloop. We're gonna detach 1 to search for Singing Lanius. Hopefully I'm still in view here. Oh, sorry, I'm a little low down here. I can move these guys up. It's not giving you a great view of what the hand is currently. So we'll search for Singing Lanius. We'll special Singing Lanius. A lot of these sequences are gonna be exactly the same. So I'm just trying to fly through them pretty quick. Don't forget the bezel ship here because you might miss your chance. Then we're gonna take these two into Y-Strix. Y-Strix effect to summon from deck. And this hand played through Disruption so amazingly well, right? You could literally go start Regulator, get hand trapped on him, ashed or whatever, and not even have anything on field, no normal summon, and you just go like summon, summon, summon. And there you go, there's a rank 4 plus a level 4, and we just showed what that combo gets you in the last hand. Crazy. Okay, we're gonna summon from deck. We're gonna get Raider's Wing here, of course. Then we will make another Force Strix. We can attach our bezel ship here. No, we want to detach Raider's Wing for sure to get another search. Grab another Strangle Lanius because why not? And then we'll use Y-Strix to set our Rank Up Magic Soul Shape Force. We're going to activate it immediately just because, you know, force out the nib if they have it. If not, they are screwed. And they're still screwed anyways. Screw them. So yeah, we'll go Infinity there. So now we can go summon Strangle Lanius, revive Singing Lanius, and then Raider's Wing detached from the Force Strix to summon himself back as well. Yeah, from here we just like destroy, right? Like if we're gonna be greedy, we don't need the Force Strix, so we can just go into the Rusty using that. We'll use Rusty's effect, and we will dump our boots to then set. Doesn't matter. We'll just grab the rank up because it's more important, and then we can use boots to set our other trap, or search our other trap, Fogblade. By the way, currently we have 6 cards in hand. This is the 1 card combo, by the way. 6 cards in hand right now, and we already have all these resources. It's insane, dude. Okay, so we have that there. From here, what do? We have no traps in grave, of course. Combo doesn't really do that. So yeah, I think we probably just do Raider's Wing and, no, not Raider's Wing. Yeah, Raider's Wing and Singing Lanius for the Rebellion. Here's who we're going to rank up on our opponent's turn for the triple negates and the pop. We can also just go from here, set this, summon this, and we have Hat Tricker, but it doesn't really do us any good, so we might as well just like save the Hat Tricker in hand. But we can also add another Exceed here, which will just be, has to be Redoer, right? And we also want the trap on Redoer, so we are good to go there. You could also go Nightmare, but because we have the counter trap, you might as well go for him so that we have the Spell and Trap negate live. So then we'll also set the Fogblade and the Retrograde. And we'll probably end on that. Keep in mind we have 3 extenders in hand, as well as Bezel Ship Engrave, which will come back next turn. We're going to detach Raider's Wing if we use Requiem's effect, so that'll be another resource. So we literally have 5 materials worth of resources coming back next turn. We also might have Fogblade Engrave to revive Rusty if he gets outed. And yeah, as far as disruption goes, we've got the triple negates from Requiem with the pop, so that's 4. Spell and Trap negate is 5. The removal with Redoer is 6, and the Infinity negate, which is 7, and then Fogblade, which is 8. We have straight up 8 negates on this board, and that was 1 card with 1 extender. That's the Regulator play with 1 extender, and honestly, if you don't have the extender, you end on something very, very similar. It's honestly not that different. So the 1 extender just made it so we didn't have to like search out it means you just probably don't end Fogblade, but instead you just search this off of the boots. Which is totally fine. You just end on like not the Fogblade, but everything else is the same. So yeah, that was just kind of a tutorial on the 1 card combo. essentially. But I'm glad it's in there. I'm glad it's going to be in this video so you guys get to see that. I might make a combo tutorial. It depends how many people want to see it, of course. Let me know in the comments if you really do want to see an actual combo tutorial that's a little more specifically giving you hints about, you know, just the combos themselves and not looking at actual like full hands. Because I know sometimes with combo decks that are a little more complicated, it can be hard to just watch a test hand video and immediately pick it up. It's easier when you start with like the base combos and build up from there. I totally get that. All right, we're shuffling. Where are we at already? 15 minutes. All right. Okay. Let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is our other rank up card. This is the one proxy I have in here for the rank up. This is a weird hand, but it definitely works, right? Yeah, this should be pretty good, I think. Yeah, I mean, pretty basically, like, yeah, this hand plays. I mean, you just go, like, normal summon Winder. Well, you don't even have to do that. You don't even have to normal summon Winder. You could go Set Shade, Special Strangle. Overlay these two for, obviously, the Forstrix. Remind me if you've seen this before. We'll detach for the Singing Lanius. We'll summon the Singing. Then we will use Winder's effect. Woo! To summon himself, and he'll use his effect to search. And that can get us Girl, and we have yet to normal summon. So now we can normal summon Girl, use her effect to dump, and we'll get the Bezel Ship Engrave as well. So now we've got the Bezel Ship. We don't have rank 4 just yet, but we'll get there. Obviously, we don't have to do much to get there. So we'll take this and this into our Y-Strix. Yeah, we opened some pieces that are interesting, right? Because we have the Soul Shade. We have both rank ups in hand and the Shade. So we obviously opened some things that can conflict, as well as a Strangle Lanius as well. So we actually can't make CDI this turn. That's also something really important to keep in mind. But I don't think it's bad. I think we're actually pretty fine. That would be the one argument for not going the route we went and instead go normal Winder. Oh, but we wouldn't get... Yeah, we wouldn't have had the extender we wanted. So yeah, I think this is still the best way, and just not have the rank up magic for your abilities just yet. Okay, which is fine. It means you do lose harder to Nibiru. Just keep that in mind. But yeah, from here we're gonna overlay for another Forstrix. Detach for Forstrix to get ourselves another search. This one's a little unfortunate, of course. Oh, I didn't even summon off of Y-Strix, did I? No, I did not. Sorry. I'm blanking out. I was thinking about other things. Summon Raider's Wing, and we'll add another Strangle Lanius. Really doesn't matter. It's just follow-up at this point, which is fine, because we do lose to Nibs. If we're going to get nibbed, we might as well get some resources back. And then we can also use Y-Strix's effect to set the other rank up. I mean, you might as well get it. Like, if you can, you know what I mean? Might as well set that. It can be activated this turn, right? Yep. So we can just use it that way if we want. I'll do something with Ultimate Falcon this turn to make it cool. Okay, from here, so we already went through Strangle, which is awkward, so we can't use his extra ability to extend. We can use Bezel Ship, though, because we have not used him yet, so we can detach the Winder to summon himself back, which is really nice. Then we can go into these two. Oh no, do I want to do that? No, I don't. I specifically do not want to do that. Use it a tad of banana. Let me think, man. Oh man, there is some weird sequencing here because of all the cards we opened that kind of conflict a little bit. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of awkward, right? Because, like, we open the Shade, so we can't just go Rusty and get another level 4 out of that. We went through Strangle, so the Strangle in hand doesn't extend us. So I think what I want to do here is I actually want to search a second Raider's Wing. I know that seems really weird, because, like, you're going to be able to get this engraved, but it's going to be awkward the way it's going to get engraved. You don't want to lose your materials on your monsters like that. So Just trust me. We might not, like, this may be the only way that, like, so you can overlay, oh no. Shoot, man, I'm going crazy. So never mind, that doesn't even help. Oh man. Oh man, I'm brain farting here. Okay. I'm just gonna go for it, okay? Let's just overlay these two for, I can't do that. Oh man, this is killing me. This is killing me right between the legs, man. I think I have to take these two for the Rusty. You just have to go Rusty, right? Because he's going to get you so much value. So then we'll Rusty send Boots, of course. And then we'll set the Fog Blade. Actually, it doesn't even get us that much value. Maybe it's not even worth going Rusty in this hand. No, it has to be because we still have the quick play rank ups. So we have just like the extra pops and stuff are worth it. That will banish Boots, and we'll just grab another Shade. So again, just kind of getting follow-up. We've got Strangleanius, Shade, and this all for follow-up already. Okay. So I can't get another level 4 on field, can I? Not that way. Okay, we should be fine, actually. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to use this rank up magic on Force Strix, because we need to get ourselves into Arsenal Falcon, which is a rank 7, so we need to banish 3 darks from grave. Not a big deal. We can go Wise Strix, Strangleanius. Want to leave the Force Strix for Soul Shave, and we'll just go Winder. I think that's pretty good. Banish those 3 to make Arsenal Falcon. We'll make it under the Rusty. Ooh. That's a really good question, what I want to do here, because I can also just summon a level 4. Yeah, this is great. Okay, so I actually don't want to trigger Rusty yet. Yeah, I figured it out. We can attach this to summon from deck. We will summon another Raider's Wing, probably. I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point. Yeah, just summon our other Raider's Wing. There we go. This is the part I was missing in my brain. We can overlay these two for this guy. On making this, we'll use Rusty to pop Arsenal Falcon, right? Oh, no, it doesn't work that way. Doodles, man. Okay. I goofed again. All right. No, we're figuring it out. We're figuring it out together, all right? So let's say we just make this, and then we immediately use Rusty to pop this. He'll come back. Okay, so when this is popped while it has a Raid Raptor as material, it'll summon another Raid Raptor Exceed from extra deck and equip itself. So we just have Ultimate Falcon here now, which works because, I know it doesn't seem like it really works, but now we can use Raider's Wing to detach this. The only thing this changes is that it like lowers all your opponent's monsters and they can't activate effects. But if they can't out Ultimate Falcon, they lose anyway. And I think it's more important to get a little more disruption out of this board. So we'll detach to summon back the Raider's Wing. And then with these two, we will overlay for the Rebellion. Jeez, that was a whole ordeal. Then we'll just set the other rank up magic force, the Phantom Knights. We'll just swap these just so it looks better. We'll probably set this just so it's activatable next turn. And then we have this Ultimate Falcon, still pretty good. The pop here, the triple negates here. So that's, 4 disruptions, 5 disruptions, and double follow-up, triple follow-up, and obviously Ultimate Falcon. So you still get a pretty good board there. Of course, it was just a little awkward. And that's really what you need to figure out with this deck is like how you can do these combos differently. Even though you open just like one or a couple of these cards that you otherwise would have searched later in the combo because you needed them earlier. It's a strength, but also a weakness of the deck because it can make your board a little weaker. I mean, that was, 5 disruptions with an Ultimate Falcon, which against certain decks is worse than just 8 raw disruptions. But I mean, as you can see, the deck's pretty consistent. We've been opening playable every hand. I'm kind of hoping this last hand is just unplayable, just so I can show you guys what to expect from them. Although, just looking at the deck list, you can probably guess. But, it'd just be fun just to have one in there that shows you kind of like what you can expect from those. But if not, I'll put together one, a made-up one. All right, last hand here. Bezelship, that's a brick. Shade, that's not a brick. Rank Up Magic Force, that is kind of a brick. Fogblade, a brick. And Redoer, or Winder, I mean. Okay, so this hand plays also. This is actually a pretty good hand. It's a funny one. It's actually a funny hand. We'll see what we can do with it. Okay. So we opened double PK cards. Actually, we opened triple PK cards. So it means like I almost don't even want to go into Rusty this game. But you probably still do just to have his pop disruption live. But yeah, we're going to start by normaling Bezelship because we need to get him engraved so he can extend us after that. And Winder summoned himself from hand anyway. We'll set the Shade, summon the Shade, make ourselves a bird. Where you at, bird? There we go, bird. Detach Bezelship to summon, or to search, I'm sorry. We're going to search first. We were actually so close to this hand not being playable. Winder literally made it playable as the last card in hand. We'll search Singing. We will use... It's a good question. We'll use Winder immediately, I think. Yeah, we'll use Winder immediately. Attaching that to summon himself, and then he'll get a search. The question is, like, what do we want here for Time Thieves? I mean, I could grab so many different things, man. Is Retrograde even worth? Probably. I mean, nothing else is that great in hand. We might not even want to make Redoer in this based off of this hand, which means, like, Adjuster's not that worth. Let's just grab this, and we'll see if this, like, is worth it, but if not, we can go back and say what was better. Okay. From here, ooh, we summon the Singing Lanius. Then we take these two into the Wise Strix. Of course, Wise Strix effect will summon. Then we will get our Raider's Wing. Then we will overlay these two for a second Force Strix. You add bird. There he is. Detach the Raider's Wing. We want to get him engraved as soon as possible so that he can be alive to come back. We'll search another card. We haven't used Strangle Lanius in this play at all. This will also trigger Wise Strix to get ourselves the Bad Mama Gemma. We'll activate Soul Shave Force immediately, targeting our Force Strix Engrave. So we'll summon him and... No, sorry, not summon him, but summon him with him as material. Very good. Now we're on Nibiruable. From this point on, we're going to use Strangle Lanius effect to summon. We're going to use Strangle Lanius effect to summon. We're going to use... Ooh, I haven't used Bezelship at all yet. So I still have Bezelship and Wing, but I can't detach from Infinity. That's just bad. What do we attach from Force Strix? Or what do we attach for that? Let's do Raider's Wing. I think Raider's Wing is more important to do now. So we'll detach the last material from that to get back Raider's Wing. Then from here, what do we want to do? It's a great question. Because I can use this and set the other one so that this one gets us a nice rank up for maybe an Ultimate Falcon this turn, and then still have the other one to get us the Requiem. Because Ultimate Falcon Requiem probably just wins. I don't know. So it kind of makes me want to keep Force Strix on the field. I don't know, is that crazy? It's probably crazy. It's probably fucking crazy, man. I'm going to try doing this route. Okay, we're going to take those two into this. We're going to use his effect. And we're going to send the boots. Luckily, we didn't draw boots at all tonight. That's amazing. We'll grab ourselves the proxy. Where's the proxy at? Proxy. That's the other Phantom Knights rank up Magic Force. Then we'll use Silent Boots to get ourselves another Shade. That's just follow-up. Woo. And thinning our deck, I guess, for drawing better cards in the follow-up if we need them. But yeah. From here, where do we go? These two probably just make... Like, if we're playing blind, we're just doing this. But let's say for this instance, let's say we're playing against, like, a back row deck, right? So then I want to make Redoer, because then Redoer is going to make the retrograde live, so we can negate spells and traps, which is very huge versus them. So we'll have not only Infinity, but also retrograde. And then let's use, we can't use that because we set it this turn, but we can use this rank up on the 4 Strix, so we can make the Arsenal by banishing 3. It'll probably just be like Seamless, Y Strix, Winder to make this. That'll trigger our Rusty in on the field. We'll pop the Arsenal Falcon. Arsenal Falcon will trigger summoning the Ultimate Falcon with Arsenal equipped as material. And then we go like set, and then we pass on that, I think. Oh, we also, okay, I mean, this is pretty cool. Detach the Strangle to get back your Bezel ship and then pass. So we have, this is pretty wild, right? So we have Ultimate Falcon with material, I might add. That's insane. We have Redoer with a monster, so it tags out, not the greatest thing, but Retrograde negates something and then equips it to a Time Thief. So you have a Spell and Trap negate, you've got a monster negate, you've got blah blah. This can help us rank up into something. I mean, I don't know what's the greatest to rank up into. It's mainly going to help us dodge things at this point, but still can come up to go into either Arc Rebellion or Dark Requiem, just to dodge effects. You won't have their effects be super live, but for your opponent's turn, but still. Follow up here, follow up with the, oh, no, but the Raiders Wing? Yeah, the Raiders Wing will end up engraved, so that's follow up. But yeah, as far as Raw Disruption, 1, 2, 3, 4, this is Graveyard Disruption. This can quick effect. Tribute this card to target a Time Thief XZ you control and attach 1 card from your opponent's graveyard to it as material. So this helps you disrupt your opponent's grave. So 1, 2, 3, 4, untouchable. And if you rank up, the rank up isn't that important, but it does give you the ability to rank up quickly into anything just to trigger him for a pop. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 disruptions with the Ultimate Falcon and Redoer's ability to tag out, draw, do whatever. This is a pretty nasty board, I gotta say. So yeah, this is one of those decks where if you go combo, it's hard to lose. That's kind of where we'll leave it today. Hopefully you liked the video. Kind of surprised we didn't see any super bricky hands. The deck's been pretty consistent as I've been playing it. I almost expected to be more bricky. I still think it's like the biggest flaw in the deck for like a bigger event. If you were going to try and take it to something like that, that like eventually you just start seeing some brick hands. But for right now, it's honestly been performing really, really well. So don't be afraid to try it out. If you want, of course, like I said earlier in the video, let me know if you want to see a combo tutorial. I can show you like the base combos, which will help you learn more about like, you know, doing these specific test hands and figuring out hands by knowing the base combos and going from there. But other than that, guys, I'm gonna get out of here for today. Thank you so much for watching. As always, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more stuff from me in the future, more deck profiles, stuff like that. We got Shaddolls right around the corner with the new cards, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, peace.